Thank God for the opportunity to be here this morning and ask everybody to pray for us. Thank God for all His blessings from time to time. Thank Calvary Missionary Baby Church for paying for this program, giving me the opportunity to come over here and cry my week to do the thing that God called me to do. I ain't nothing but a sinner that been saved by the grace of God. There ain't a day that go by that I don't sin. And I understand that, and I know that God rub us at the preacher that we need to rub each other. And I hope and pray that I can preach what God put on my heart. You know, the devil, he do everything he can to keep us from following him, from following God, that is. And you know, it seems that today, I think so many a time, I don't know from one time to the next what I need. We don't know nothing, but God knows all things this morning. And I thank God this morning for every blessing that He ever gave me. But most of all this morning, I thank Him for salvation. That I know that I've been saved by the grace of God. I got a time of praise that God touched my heart. And you say, preacher, how do you know that? Because me and God met together. It won't be called that something, but because what God is, He loves everybody. And I want you to know that this morning, I've been trying to hunt something up on my heart this morning, something I keep thinking about. And I've been trying to find down a Bible. It seems like I can't find what I need, but that's okay. Maybe what I think I need, I don't need. What I do need, I need to depend upon God this morning. What do we need to do? We need to depend upon God for all things. And we need to follow God and do the thing that He tells us to do. And if He do, if God people will follow God, He'll bless us. If the Son will follow and go to God, if He draw them, He'll bless them. God draw the lost unto them. If you lost this morning and you don't know Jesus in the free part of sin, if you never talk to Him, if you can't sit down and talk to Him, and the same as you can't, some of your family or some of your friends, you need to be down. You need to call up on God for salvation this morning. Amen. Honey, I'm thankful that God talked to me from time to time. And honey, if you at down and say God ain't never spoke to you, if God ain't never ordered you to do something, if God ain't never put nothing up on you, do you really know God? That's a good question that. Right. Do you really know Him? Honey, I don't know how God worked this morning. I ain't got no idea. Well, I've been taught all my life to follow God. I ain't got no more sense to cry to follow Him from time to time. It don't make no difference. I ain't talking about so about preaching. I ain't so talking about partying. I ain't talking about this. I talk about follow God every day. Every day that He puts something up on you, put something with a heart, you need to do that this morning. And God will bless you for it somehow or another, somewhere or another. And you may not even know how blessed you are. I know how good that God been to me, but I still don't know how blessed I am, because I always want the thing of this order, because I want fancy things and be able to do things that other people do, and I worry about how come I can't have this or have that, but it may be because it's a blessing that I ain't got all this stuff. Honey, we may be blessed because we ain't got all the fancy things of this order. If we ain't got a bank full of money this morning, if we ain't got a mansion up on top of the hill this morning, but we got a family that rub us, we got a God that rub us, and we got the rub of God in our heart this morning. What else do we need? We don't need nothing. Honey, let me tell you something this morning. I know my preacher boys are preaching on love this morning. I don't know if I want to preach on love. I want to preach on fire God and doing the thing that God put up on your heart. That most of all, you understand this morning, we need to do good things. We need to be a blessing to someone. How can you be a blessing to someone? You follow God and do what He tells you to, you'll be a blessing to them. You'll be able to meet people. Honey, I get to meet people every day that I don't even think about meeting. And honey, most of the time, I don't want to put nobody down, because in the eye of God, everybody's the same. But it seems that today, every time I get to meet somebody, get close to somebody, it's somebody that most of the people don't think too much of us. And you know that way, us. Hey, God don't, God love us. But people don't think much of us that serve God. Most of the people think we're about enough. More people think we are cargo. But I'm thankful that I'm cargo enough to depend upon God for my food, for my home, and for everything that I got. I'm thankful enough that I depend upon God for salvation. Let me tell you something. If you depend upon yourself this morning for having all the good deed that you done, what good deed ain't going to act or you a bad deed. I've been saved by the grace of God. I've been called to preach, but I sin every day. I do things every day that I don't need to. But I pray this morning that God bless the people that I meet from time to time. I pray this morning that maybe I can say something, do something that cost them to look to God this morning. Not to look to me. Not to hold me up. We need to hold God up this morning. You know, I hunted for something in the Bible to read this morning. And you know, I always want to say and do things. Can't argue the other preacher do. But it seemed like God didn't call me to do or the other preacher do. He called me to do the thing that He had for me to do. Yeah. They do the thing that He had for them to do. And God bless them and God bless me. I got some slipper up on my heart this morning. But you know, I don't want to God to point at something that God ain't in. I want to do what God in this morning. You know, I got one slipper that going through my head this morning. And you say, preacher, you use that all the time. Because I believe that one of the best slippers in the Bible. I believe that God gave that to me. I believe that He put it in my heart for a reason. I know He did. It ain't that I believe, I know. I know something this morning. What do I know? I know I've been saved by the grace of God. I know that I'm a sinner and I sin every day. I know it ain't nothing good about me. But I know that my God blessed me this morning. I know that my God blessed you this morning. If you're bad down, call upon Him for salvation this morning. You can have peace in your heart this morning. It ain't between me and you. It ain't between you and some other preacher. It ain't about all the good deed you do. We need to do good deed. We need to do things every day for somebody else. But it ain't about the good deed that I done. It's about what Jesus done for me.
Amen.
It'll be what Jesus done for you too. Let me tell you something this morning. This has been a birth sweet to me. And I thank God for it. I thank God for every time that He come by and bless me. Hey, something happen from time to time. I don't understand how it can happen this way and how God can take care of it. But my God can take care of all things this morning. Hey, I ask you every morning to remember some of the people I meet from time to time. It seems that most of the people I get in contact with, it seems that most of the people don't want to have nothing to do with it. They look down up on them, but I don't look down up on nobody this morning because God put the love in my heart, the same love that He got. It says over in John 3:16, it said, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. He gave it for everybody. He didn't come down here and hung on the cross for me. He didn't come and hung for you, but He come and hung for all the serve. That everybody that ever been born. Let me tell you something this morning. The sin that been paid for everybody. If you at that today, I don't care what condition you in. I don't care what you done. I don't care where you at this morning. If you call upon God this morning from the deep of your heart, you can be saved. I want you to understand this morning, my God able to save you. I want you to understand this morning, if you've been saved by the grace of God and you think that you have a hard time and you think that God don't bless you, you need to start inquiring God. If you follow Him, He'll bless you in the way that you don't even know. Let me tell you something. I had a whole about a thing I can't do this morning. Let me tell you something this morning. Hey, about a thing that happened, I can't do nothing about it. I can't take care of it. But my God, able to take care of the thing that I can't take care of. Hey, for the last 4 or 5 months, it seems like I think about that all the time. And I ask God, take care of the thing that I can't take care of. That way we all need to do. But we also need to ask God to give us the grace to do the thing that we can do. Give us the grace to do the thing that you tell us to do. Give us the grace to follow you. We need grace to follow God. It ain't easy to follow God. It ain't blessing to follow God, but it ain't easy. They bad thing happen to you. A bad thing happen to everybody. I thank God this morning. I keep thinking about the people I talk to. They got all kind of trouble. They have a hard time. It seems that don't nobody care enough about it. It seems that they don't even care enough about themselves. It because they don't know the love of God. It because they don't have faith in God. It because they ain't depending upon God. It ain't God's fault. God is there waiting for us all. If we just ask Him to come in, it say if we ask Him to come in, that He'll come and serve us. He'll be there for us. He'll meet us. How come we don't have? Because we don't ask. Let me tell you, the Bible teaches we don't have because we don't ask. I ain't talking about the thing of this order. We are not thinking about the thing of this order. I'll be honest with you, I believe we get close to God. We won't worry about our job. We won't worry about our home. We won't worry about our finances. We'll be worrying about the lost people. We'll be worrying about the people that say need. We'll be crying to hurt people. You may not have a bank full of money. You should have the preacher say, there you go. You ain't got to have a bank full of money. You can't buy nobody. You can't pay you or you got a sin. You can't pay you or you got trouble, but you can talk to God, and you can rub each other, and you can rub God, and you can follow Him, and He'll take care of the thing that we can't take care of. Let me tell you something this morning. I so wish you know how I feel in my heart this morning. Let me tell you, this old body feel bad this morning. This old body this morning, it got pain, it ache. Let me tell you something, one of the hardest things I ever done, it cried to preach the gospel to you. It seemed like my old body used to hurt all over. It seemed like it hurt me more to preach than it do working. But let me tell you something, that okay, anytime you cry to serve God, you're going to have to suffer a little bit. It said we need to suffer at God. We need to suffer at Christ. We need to be at Him. He suffered for the lost. We need to suffer for the lost. We need to sacrifice. What did Jesus sacrifice for you? You don't even know. I can't even tell you about all of it. I couldn't even begin to tell you. I can tell you about some of it. He gave up everything. He is the King of the King. He gave it all up to come down here and walk amongst us men. He walked. We can't even drive today. But saying to do something that we don't need to do. But God, He walked every place He in. We get upset because we have to drive 100 miles to go and preach. We ought to be thankful we got a car. We ought to be thankful that God give us the opportunity to go somewhere. We ought to be thankful we got meet people. I'm thankful for every person I ever met. I have met some hard people. I have met some people that say it seems I always meet people that most of the people look down upon. They are some of the best people in the world. Most of them need Jesus. Somebody always got Jesus. I said don't try to pretend to be something they ain't.
Amen.
God, let me tell you something this morning. And God, my heart. We got so many people this morning try to pretend that you something that you ain't. You get up in this church house today. You go down and you sit in the amen corner, maybe on the front seat, and you sit down and you get up and you say, I thank God this morning for salvation. I thank God for everything ever done for me. Honey, I love you, God. And you tell everybody how much you love God. And then this evening you go home. You may see somebody that died that's sorry to death that needs some warning or needs some harp. And you say, no, I ain't going to harp them. Or you see somebody that maybe on alcohol and dope. And you say, I thank God I'm better than they are. You ain't no better than they are. Honey, let me tell you, God loved them the same He did you. Honey, let me tell you something this morning. Honey, you go this morning and tell everybody how much you love God. Tell me everybody how good everything is. You go home today and you and your wife will be fussing and fighting. Honey, that's because the devil there trying to break you up. Honey, the devil don't want nobody to rub eat none. He don't even want family to rub eat none this morning. The devil don't want nobody to fire God this morning. He don't want you to be a hurt to nobody this morning. And I'm afraid we don't want to hurt nobody. We afraid it might cost us something. It may take something out of beautiful, or it may take a little bit of time. Honey, you know what? Well, I heard this. I say this sometime too. It seems I maybe got a little bit more morning I had time. But honey, I don't know how much morning I got. And I don't know how much time I got. All the time belongs to God.
That's right.
Honey, I don't know I got much time or not. I may not have today. This morning I may die on my way home. I could fall over a heart attack at night. How come you don't? Because of the grace of God.
Amen.
Because God take care of me. Honey, we don't need to worry about what's going to happen to us. If you've been saved by the grace of God, you don't need to worry about little family. Honey, God take care of her. Honey, let me tell you, I say everybody else. I don't tell you, I die. I hope my daughter and my son, I hope they don't have to work the way I do. I hope I can leave something behind to them, that they don't have to work hard. But let me tell you, the best thing I can leave behind to them is a testimony. Tell them about Jesus. The best thing you can leave to a grandkid is tell you about Jesus. The best thing you can do for the lost is tell you about Jesus. The best thing you do about the man on their dope and the man on the alcohol, tell you about the one that can take that away from them.
Amen.
Honey, I can't hear nobody. God can hear everybody. Honey, let me tell you something. I know some people be on dope. I know some people that hung up on it and couldn't get off of it. But they got saved by the grace of God. And they went to God and He took it off the dope. Honey, I know some people that done some bad things. I know some people that kill people. I know people that been a thief. I know people that rob people. I know people that deceive and done everything. But they got saved by the grace of God, and He cleaned them up on the inside. He can't clean the old outside up. But if they fire God, if you get saved by the grace of God and you fire Him, He'll clean you up on the inside, and the outside be different, you'll be a different person.
Amen.
That's how come I worry about some of these people that say that they've been saved by the grace of God. They say that they love God. And honey, they come to church on Sunday. They say in the amen, God will tell you how much you love God. And then they go out through the week and do everything they can to make a dollar. Honey, they won't even give somebody sorry to death some morning. Honey, they don't want to hurt nobody because they say they can get work or I can. Honey, I don't know that. I don't know how able somebody is and you don't know. Honey, I met a man this morning. Honey, he forgot where he'd been for home. And honey, I thought about buying breakfast. But God didn't tell me to. Honey, you don't do nothing God don't tell you. You need to ask God about that. I done. God, do I need to hurt the guy? But I think that this guy, somebody offered to buy him breakfast. No, he won't take the morning because he's for you. He may have to buy him breakfast the next day, and he may have to pay a penny too much. Honey, let me tell you something. You so great, and you worry about dollar and penny more than you are anything else. Honey, you don't need nothing to eat. That way I see it. Hey, let me tell you something this morning. I saw a man offer to buy him breakfast. He said, I'll buy a little breakfast today, and you can buy my breakfast tomorrow. And the guy said, no, I still don't eat today because I didn't know this, but I talked to the other man, and he said that we see wanted me buying breakfast. For you tomorrow that he had to buy mine, and it costs a little bit more. Hey, let me tell you, if you worry about a penny or a dollar more than you are anything else, hey, you better be calling up on God. Hey, you need to be worrying about God. Hey, I'll be thankful somebody offered by me something I didn't have no warning. I'll be thankful if I forgot where my billfold home. But let me tell you something this morning. Hey, he wasn't thankful. He was mad at the order. Hey, we don't need to be mad at the order. How come I'm mad at the order? Because he ain't let need to be. And hey, I don't even know this man. And I ain't putting this man down. Hey, he ain't no different I am. Sir, I'm a son that sin every day. Hey, I make mistakes every day. I think and say things that I don't need to. Hey, I see things that I don't need to see. And I say something, if I can keep my mouth shut, I'll make a comment. Hey, we don't need to make too many comments. If we can't say something good, we don't need to say nothing. But I'm telling you this morning, it don't make no difference who you are. It don't make no difference where you at. My God loves you this morning. Hey, he ought to be with God. And I said, my God. Yes, he my God because he lives in my heart. He can live in your heart today if you invite him to come in. You ain't got to accept him. You can't accept him. You have to call upon him. You have to meet his condition. And he will accept your condition. If you meet his condition, turn it all over to him. You can be saved this morning. You can have peace in your heart. You can go and serve God. You can live a better life. You can feel good about things. And you can serve him. And he'll bless you in ways that you don't know. How you get to meet people and you can talk to them. And if you would do it, and you can serve him. I talked about this morning. I thank God this morning that from time to time he talked to me. Most of the same morning, and I had to come to the Oregon Saga. I got a certain place that I go and eat breakfast every morning. I go there because I enjoy the food. I enjoy talking to the people that work there. I enjoy being at the people that come in there, and I thank God for that. But this morning I got up, and God told me to go someplace else, and I ain't going to do a commercial for nobody I don't hope, but God sent me to a different place this morning. And I said, God, why do I want to go there? And God said, go. He didn't say where. But I went there and got to meet some people this morning, got to talk to them, got to tell you about being God called preacher, got to tell you about being a preacher, got to talk to them, doing good. I don't know. It ain't in my hand to worry about if it done good or not, but in my place to follow God. Honey, let God take care of that. And let me tell you, I met some people this morning. Sometimes you don't want to meet. But honey, I met some people this morning that I didn't want to meet because I'm doing something because I want for it to be done. And I met and I thought I'm going to get in trouble for it. But God took care of it. And I had the opportunity to talk to him. And he said he'd be listening today. And I hope that God bless him. If he ain't been saved by the grace of God, I hope that he gets down in knees somewhere and call up on God for salvation. Amen. Let me tell you, but if he been saved, I hope that God bless him and that God save him and his family, whole household. The same way in that old Canigga there. I'm thankful that God sent Peter over to Canigga. With Canigga a Gentile, and God sent him to him, and Canigga, his whole house got saved. Amen. And then God sent us somewhere. We say, God, we don't want to go. We better pay you don't go there. Hey, let me tell you something. I believe Peter is one of the good preachers that I ever heard about in the Bible. But he wasn't no good person. He said me. Hey, he didn't follow God all the time. He fired God ain't had to. That's about what we do today. Be honest with you. We should fire God and we ought to or we had to. And it gets so bad on that we can't do nothing else. We say, God, yes, I go. Yes, I go. Honey, we always say that from the beginning. But let me tell you something, Peter said, everybody, honey, he denied God 3 times one night. Honey, do you ever deny God? You say, no, I ain't never denied God. If God ever knocked on your heart and told you to testify, if God ever knocked on your heart and told you to tell somebody about Jesus, and then you said, no, honey, you deny God. Honey, people might not know about it. There's a whole lot of things I do that people don't know about. Some good, but most of it bad. But God knows about every one. But God grew for me that He forgive me for every sin that I ever commit or ever will commit. Honey, He ain't going to hold me accountable because my Jesus paid for all my sin on the cross. And He hung there and died for me. For me. Honey, He also hung and died for you. He paid for all your sin. The only thing you got to do is ask God to come in your heart. Turn everything over to God today and you can be saved. Honey, I hope and pray that my God touched your heart this morning. I hope and pray that God touched my heart from now on. And that God will and die with me. That God give me the grace to go. Honey, I got a phone call other night. It seemed that I made a comment. Honey, you better watch so you make a comment. Honey, I made a comment about 2 months ago, I guess. It seemed that I can't get an apartment. I don't seem that most of the people either don't want to have nothing to do with me, or somebody's shirt so big that they think they better than I am. And it seemed that it's hard for me to go somewhere and preach. Honey, I made that comment about 3 months ago. And honey, I got 3 phone calls sent them. And they say, you come and preach for us. Honey, we gave you an apartment this day. Honey, then another certain call and said, we gave you an apartment. And I thought to myself, I ain't asked none of you for an apartment, but yes, I go. My God, I believe God ain't. Honey, then watch Friday night. I always go to bed. I got a phone call. And this preacher on there, I can't preach it. I probably saw him before. He said, I'm going to Alpha. I need you to preach for. So somebody say you need an apartment. So we ain't going to give you an apartment on Sunday night, but I'm going to let you come and fit in for me. Hey, let me tell you, I didn't ask for the apartment, but I thank God for giving it to me. I tell you, I make a comment. You better watch you make the comment. Hey, we say sometimes that God don't use us. We think that God ain't got a purpose for us. We better watch what we say. Hey, I don't know what's going to happen all this. Hey, before, I've been talking to a man over in Alpha. Hey, I may have to go over there and preach. I don't know. But if God ain't, it'll be okay. Do you want to go? No. Hey, I don't want to sit at home and do nothing. I'm saying everybody else. But hey, I thank God the opportunity to serve Him. Thank God for everyone that got enough confidence asking me to pray for it. And I thank God for everyone that gave me an apartment to go and preach. I thank God for everything that I got this morning. And be honest with you, everything I got belongs to God. Amen. Don't know it belongs to me. And God give it to me and He tell me to give it to you. I need to give it to you because He we praise. I believe that God pay us back more than we can pay or do anything. That be my message this morning. If I have one thing to say to you this morning, if you lost, you need to be saved. If you've been saved, you need to turn everything over to God and serve Him. That be my message this morning.